Hey friends, we are going to talk about the string family in the orchestra. I love to think about the families of the orchestra like real families. That helps me remember what all of the instruments are that are in the family. So we're starting with the string family, and the string family, the baby of the string family, the little baby, is called the violin. Can you say that? Violin. Let's listen to what the violin sounds like. Okay, what do you think the violin sounded like? Was it a high instrument or a low instrument? That's right, it's a high instrument, and we know that things that are small are also high. So if this is the little baby of the string family, are babies big or small? You're right, they are small. So that means that they are going to have what kind of sound? That's right, a high sound. So the first member of our family is the little baby, the violin. Next in our family, we have the big brother. And you know, big brothers are a little bit stinky, but this one's not. This big brother, his name is Viola. Can you say that? Good. All right, let's listen to the viola and see what he sounds like. Okay, how would you describe that sound? Was it really high? Really low? No, it wasn't either one of those. It was somewhere in the middle, wasn't it? Was it as high as the little baby violin? No, but it was still pretty high, wasn't it? Because kindergartners or little kids, they're still little, right? Not as small as babies, but still little. So he has a high sound, but it's not as high as the baby. Now, the mom of this family, she has a little bit of a funny character trait. She has a peg leg. She does. And the mom of this family is the cello. Can you say that word? Cello. Good. Let's listen to what the cello sounds like. Okay, now, was that really high, like the baby violin? No. Was it high like the violin, the viola? Nope. It was a little bit lower. You are exactly right. So moms are normally bigger than their kids, at least for a while. So they have a lower sound. So the reason that this mom, this cello, has a peg leg is because when the instrumentalist, that's the person who plays the cello, sits down to play the cello, and they put the cello in between their knees. Now, that means that the cello would be resting on the ground. Do you think that's really safe for an instrument? No, you're right. So whoever made the cello thought, how can I keep this instrument safe? How can I help it sound good? Because if it was on the ground, you wouldn't be able to hear it very well. So this person who made the cello thought, I'm going to add a peg leg so that it's up off of the ground so that everybody can hear it and so the instrument stays safe. So real quick, let's go through our family members. We've got two more. We have our little baby violin, our big brother, Viola, our peg leg mom, the cello, that's right. And the fourth member of this family is the Big Mac Daddy. Now, what kind of voice was I using to talk about that member of the family? You're right, that's a low voice. So what kind of instrument do you think this is going to be? Is it going to be a small instrument or is it going to be a big instrument? You're right. It is a big instrument, and it's the biggest of the string family, and it is the lowest of the string family, and its name is the bass. Let's listen. Did you hear how low that was? Oh my gosh, he is so far away from that tiny little violin. Okay, now, there are a couple other members that I want to introduce you to, but I need to warn you, they're a little wacky. These 4 instruments are all played with a bow that's drawn across the strings. Sometimes the players pluck the strings to make a short staccato sound, but most of the time when they're being played in an orchestra, the instrumentalist is using a bow, and he draws it or she draws it across the strings. Violins and violas are played here. A cello, remember you have to sit down to play the cello, is played here, and a bass is also played in front of you. Now this next family member, she is that kooky aunt, you know, who always comes to Thanksgiving and she tells you the craziest stories, and you're like, man, she is cool, but she is crazy. That family member is the harp. Let's listen to the harp. Wait a minute. Did you hear high sounds and low sounds? I told you she was kooky. The harp has over 50 strings that are plucked to play it. Now the harp has some crazy kids too, and those kids are the guitar, the banjo, and the mandolin. Those instruments are strummed, but they have strings that make sound. And that's what this whole entire family has in common. They all have strings, and the strings vibrate to create sound. So real quick, let's go through our family of strings. First, we have the little baby. Oh, the sweet little baby who's got a really high voice. And that baby is the violin. You're right. Next, we have the big brother who's still got a little bit of a high voice, and he's a little bit bigger than the violin, and his name is viola. That's right. And next we have our peg leg mom. She's got her peg leg so that she's not resting on the ground. And what is her name? She's got kind of a low sound, but not as low as our next guy, and that is the cello. You're right. Next we have our Big Mac Daddy. He is the biggest and the lowest of the string family, and his name is bass. You're right. Next we have that kooky crazy aunt who does things just a little bit differently. Remember, all those guys use a bow. The harp has to do plucking or strumming like we talked about. And I just gave you the answer. The kooky aunt is what? The harp. You're right. Now, if you were listening really close, you heard me mention 3 of the harp's children. They're her kids because they strum too, like she does. They don't use a bow like their cousins. So the harp's kids are the guitar, banjo, and the mandolin. That one's kind of a little bit tricky. So those are the members of the string family.